Hello everyone. Now we are going to discuss about networking devices. First, let's see about intermediate devices, that is hubs. Hub is typically least expensive, least intelligent and least complicated. Its job is very simple. Anything that comes in one port is sent out to the other port. That is, it broadcasts everything. If a message comes in for a computer A, that message is sent out all the other ports regardless of which one computer A is on. Next one is hub. When the computer A responds, its response also goes out to every other port on the hub. Every computer connected to the hub sees everything that every other computer on the hub sees. The computers themselves decide if they are targeted recipient of the message and when a message should be paid attention to or not. Types of hub: active hub and passive hub. First, let's see active hub. There are hubs which have their own power supply and can clean, boost and relay the signal along with the network. It serves both as a repeater as well as wiring center. These are used to extend the maximum distance between the node. The next one is passive hub. These are the hubs which collect wiring from the nodes and power supply from active hub. These hubs relay signal onto the network without cleaning and boosting them and can't be used to extend the distance between the nodes. Drawbacks: hubs cannot filter the data, so data packets are sent to all connected devices. They do not have intelligence to find out the best path for the data packets, which leads to inefficiencies and wastages. The next one is about repeaters. Repeater operates at the physical layer. Its job is to regenerate the signal over the same network before the signal becomes too weak or corrupted so as to extend the length to which the signal can be transmitted over the same network. They do not amplify the signal. When the signal becomes weak, they copy the signal bit by bit and regenerate it at the original strength. It's a two-port device because the functionality of repeaters has been built into other devices such as hubs and switches. Repeaters are rarely used. Next one, switches. Switches does essentially what a hub does but more efficiently. By paying attention to the traffic that comes across it, it can learn where particular addresses are. Initially, a switch knows nothing and simply sends an incoming messages to all ports. Switches, even accepting the first message, however, that switch has learned something. It knows on which connection the sender of the message is located. Thus, when machine A responds to the message, and switches only need to send the message out to the own connection. In addition to sending the response to the originator, the switch has now learned something else. It now knows on which connection machine A is located. That means the subsequent messages destined for machine A need only be sent to that one port. Switches learn the location of the devices that they are connected to almost instantaneously. A switch is a data link layer device. A switch can perform error checking before forwarding the data. That makes it very efficient as it does not forward the packets that have error and forward good packets selectively to correct port only. The net result is that most network traffic only goes where it needs to rather than to every port. On busy network, this can make the network significantly faster. Bridge. Bridge operates at the data link layer. Bridge is a repeater which with add on the functionality of the filtering content by reading the MAC addresses of source and destination. It is also used for interconnecting two LANs working on the same protocol. It has a single input and single output port, thus making it a two-port device. Type of bridges: transparent bridges, source routing bridges, translational bridge. The next one is gateway. Gateway is a passage to connect two networks together that may work upon different networking models. They basically work as a messenger agent that take data from one system, interpret it and transfer it to the another system. Gateways are also called as protocol converters and can operate at any network layer. The term gateway is applied to any device system or software application that can perform the function of translating data from one format to another. The key feature of a gateway is that it converts the format of the data, not the data itself. Next one is router. Router are the network devices that literally route the data around the network. By examining data as it arrives, the router can determine destination address for the data. Then by using the tables of defined routes, the router determines the best way for the data to continue its journey. Router is mainly a network layer device. Routers normally connect LANs and WAN together.